There's a certain feeling you get when a story claims it's finished, but everything about it says otherwise. A quiet tension. Like the ending is only pretending to be the end. And that's exactly the shadow Descendants 5 is casting right now. You're watching Screenscope Reviews, where we don't just follow the story, we follow where it's trying to go. Before we dive into today's update, let's reset the board. On the surface, Wicked Wonderland looks like controlled chaos. A strange, stylized detour. A one-off experiment that pushes tone and visuals without rewriting the franchise. But behind the scenes, the conversation is very different. Industry whispers are growing louder, and they all point in the same direction. This film isn't a finale. It's a launch pad. Multiple insiders are now hinting that Descendants 5 is quietly laying the groundwork for an entirely new trilogy. Not a soft continuation. A structural reset. And when you start looking at the characters being introduced, the pattern becomes hard to ignore. Two names keep resurfacing. Princess Tatum, daughter of Tiana, positioned with purpose, not spectacle. Leadership. Pressure. Expectation. She represents legacy in its cleanest form, responsibility passed down, standards to live up to, perfection that feels earned but heavy. And then there's Fraser Ryder, son of Flynn Ryder. On paper, he looks like the obvious hero. Charm, confidence, lineage tied to one of Disney's most beloved redemption arcs. Fans immediately assumed he'd inherit the classic Descendants role, the brave heart, the moral compass, the golden boy. But here's where today's update changes everything. New theory-driven leaks circulating right now suggest Fraser may not be the hero at all. In fact, he may be something far more dangerous, a villain who doesn't look like one. The speculation points to a shocking possibility, that Fraser's maternal lineage could be tied to a classic antagonist, with one whispered name shaking the fandom completely, Mother Got Hell. If that reveal lands, it breaks the franchise's unspoken rule. Descendants has always operated on a clear equation. Hero's child equals good. Villain's child equals internal struggle. But this twist would flip the formula inside out. A smiling legacy hero hiding manipulation. A charming exterior masking inherited control instead of courage. Not rebellion, performance. Suddenly, Wicked Wonderland's tone feels deliberate. The darkness isn't decorative. The obsession with identity, masks, and self-reinvention feels like a test run. A signal that Descendants may be entering a more mature era, one where the conflict isn't choosing between good and evil, but discovering what you were built from, and whether you can escape it. Fans are already connecting the dots. Deception. Emotional influence. The idea that legacy isn't destiny, but it always leaves fingerprints. This doesn't feel like coincidence. It feels like setup. If this rumored trilogy is real, Descendants isn't just expanding. It's growing up. Moving away from fairy tale certainty and into moral gray zones where lineage lies, charm can be a weapon, and heroes aren't defined by blood, but by choices made under pressure. So here's the real question. Would you want Fraser Ryder revealed as the next major villain, rewriting everything we expect from hero bloodlines? Or should Descendants protect its balance and keep its heroes' children heroic? Drop your theory in the comments. Because if today's update is even half true, the future of Descendants isn't brighter. It's darker. And far more interesting. You're watching Screenscope Reviews, and this story is just getting started.